Hey guys, what's going on? This is part 2 of Alaska Survival Series. I did a little reflection and I decided this is going to be a 12-part series, and the first half of this series is going to be the lighter stuff, and then we'll do some practical hands-on stuff for the last 6 episodes. But for this episode I decided I wanted to do a what I call the day hike, and some things just to look out for when you're doing a day hike. So every time I go hiking out here, I take a backpack with me. This is a small bag, not too big, because that's the whole point. You don't want to be burdened down with a 55-pound bag. I mean, this thing. I mean, there you go. It is pretty tiny, and some of the stuff that I like to pack into it and the reasons why. Now, again, the key to this is weight. You're not going out and you're not camping. You're just going out and coming back. But with that being said, there is a lot of stuff that I pack just in case, because being prepared is what's going to spell success or disaster on your hike. So first and foremost, some sort of water. Always carry at least one Nalgene bottle with me. I like these bottles because they're virtually indestructible and they hold a good amount of water. Little quick first aid kit. There's nothing too big in there. You know, you can buy this anywhere. Just some gauze and Band-Aids and whatnot. Now this guy, my wife got me, and I haven't used it yet, but I really love the idea because it's lightweight. There's nothing to this. But it's a little water purification straw. It has a filter in this tube, and you plug the straw into the top right here, and then you put the bottom part of this into your water source, and it filters the water through the filter there. It's not going to prevent pathogens, but it will prevent all the debris and dirt in your water, so you'll get clear water. Next is one MRE. Carry that with you at all times because you never know if you're going to be stuck or not. I got some DEET bug repellent. Always get the one that has DEET in it. Fortunately, we don't have ticks out here in Alaska, but we do have a lot of mosquitoes. And I'd say for about 3 weeks out of the year, they're really bad. But they're usually so small they don't bite you. They're a nuisance. Of course, it is Alaska, so always carry a pistol with you because you never know what kind of wildlife you're going to run into, specifically bears. I can tell you both myself and my wife have had plenty of close encounters with the wildlife out here. Next, I always carry a hat. Even though I may not be wearing it, I carry one in there with you because the majority of your body heat's lost through your head. And then the last 4 things in the pack, and I'll do a practical with this guy, but I carry just a chunk of paper and a lighter. I prefer a lighter over matches because, you know, matches you could strike when wet. Well, a lighter, as long as it has fuel, it's always going to light. It doesn't matter if it's wet or dry. Yeah, so make sure your lighter is, we don't ever use it, but you know, you might find a need to use it. And then 550 cord. These are probably your most important items right here, because for a 550 cord you can use this to or a paracord for those of you who are not with military background, but you can use this for anything. You can take the threads out individually, and you can use it as fishing line. You can use it to tie something together. You can use it to make a any kind of lean-to. And the dog wants to go outside. Go on, Bill. Yep, I'm talking to you. And then the last thing, and probably the most important in the kit, is my survival knife. Now, this guy, if I can get it out, there we go. This guy is nothing special. He's just your standard locking knife. You do have the serrated edge and your straight edge there. But I'll show you some examples of how this guy can be used. Let me close him back up real quick. And we'll head outside. So like I was saying, the majority of everything you do is going to be on your day hike. And when you're out there, the intent is not to be camping. It's just you're going out on the trail, doing some scouting, and coming right back. But in the event that things turn sideways, you need to be prepared to rough it out for a little bit. And let's see if I can get in here to the woodshed and find some examples of what I'm trying to show you here. Grab this guy. Grab this guy. Alright, so we got this guy right here. Now, he is thick. I don't know if you could tell in relation to the knife, but there's no way you sit here and chop through it like this. So what you do, take this guy out, is you use this guy as a hammer for this. See that? We're about a quarter of the way through. Can't really tell, but you're about a quarter of the way through. So, and this guy's, boy, he's hard too. Especially on green, you're gonna cut right through it. That's a quick little down and dirty survival tip that will help you make a fire, you know. And then the last thing I'm gonna leave you guys with, this will be a little bit shorter of a video today, but the last thing I'll leave you with is using the paper. Now, you don't just toss the paper in your little fire pit, and I'll do a video on the way I like to make a fire. And you don't just crumble up the paper, or you don't just throw the paper in there. I like to crumble it up into a ball about like that big. And the reason why is the more surface area you have, the easier it is for it to catch. But you always want to make sure you maintain some sort of ignition source with you when it comes to starting a fire, because it makes it that much easier. But that's what I have for you today, and next week we'll probably work on fire building. I can tell you that because here it is, August, and if we look out here, we are at 54 degrees. Bill wants to play. Come here, you. But all right, that's all we got this week, and next week we'll look at making a fire. Thanks, bye.